Hey Savages, Luigi here. Today we're going to talk about the best-selling method for 2021 and beyond. It's called NEPQ. This is for the high-ticket selling space. It's called NEPQ, stands for Neuro Emotional Persuasion Questioning. So let's dive into it. So my name is Luigi, guys. I work in the high-ticket selling space, and I'm here to show you the method that works best for selling high-ticket products, either coaching programs, info products, mostly coaching, and yeah, B2B, biz op products that are high ticket. All right. This method was developed by the great Jeremy Miner. He's been super successful, to make, to briefly tell you about his story. He used to do door-to-door sales, unsuccessfully, of course, sweating in the summer in Missouri. And of course, he was majoring in psychology. He tried to work with a better approach to avoid getting so many rejections. And that's how we started. He brought everything he learned in his psychology major to work with human behavior and not against it. Definitely created this method that is changing a lot of people's lives. So I highly encourage you to go visit his website. I'm not endorsed. I work, I work with a company now that's part of his company, but this is not the reason I knew NEPQ before that. And it's by far the best selling method out there today. So I encourage you to visit his site. It's seventh level communication. You can just Google NEPQ, Jeremy Miner. You're going to find everything about him. And his Facebook group is called Sales Revolution. Great stuff. All right, so let's dive into it. NEPQ, like I said, stands for Neuro Emotional Persuasion Questioning. And here's an overview of a structure. Usually it's written on a script that you can scroll down when you're having your calls. But I made this one pager, I guess, to show you an overview of what the questions look like, and more importantly, what are the phases that you need to go through and transition throughout your call to be effective in helping the prospect navigate, emotionally, actually, and not even presenting or pitching your product. It's not really about that. So it's really about discovering their current situation and their goals. And well, we're going to dive into it right now. So let's get going. We start with the connecting questions, of course. Have you found, and these questions are specifically designed. This is the important part. So I'm kind of summarizing one of the main ones. I mean, there's an entire book of questions that Jeremy wrote, but just summarizing, the main ones for an offer that I'm selling actually at the moment. So the connected questions look like this. Have you found what you're looking for, or are you still looking? Right? Or, it looks like you requested a call on possibly getting some help to start your business. So I should probably ask you first, when you went through our ads and, the AMC information, what was that attracted your attention in the first place, right? After that, you move into the situation awareness. And the situation awareness is more about what brought them to the call and what's the current situation that they want to fix. It's not like, hey, not just casual chit chat or, or just hanging out here. Like, what's the situation that brought you to the call? All right. So yeah, usually it's, what they do for a living, what are they doing, what kind of work, what got them involved in that, what's the situation, is it just you? Are you, do you have a family that, can bring a potential partner objection later on? So it's good to gauge that situation early on. Here, usually we can insert a hook, which I'm not going to go that I went through the explanation of what a hook is in another video. So we're not going to go there, but just a quick recap. A hook is just a statement that you mentioned to the prospect that will be used later, that kind of seeds or plants the idea. For example, yeah, man, I can totally see that you're transitioning from an employee to a business owner. And yeah, kudos for you to actually take that first step, because it takes a different mindset. So you're kind of, I don't know, something like that. You're kind of planting the idea that it takes a different mindset, and there's risk taking in becoming an entrepreneur versus being an employee, for example. All right, then you move into problem awareness, which is okay, and with this tonality, like, so John, do you like what you're doing? Kind of curious tone, and like, Okay, and they say, yeah, yeah, okay, what do you like about it? And of course, you move into two truths actually, because nobody likes 100% of what they do. So there's like, if they love it and they're just not giving you any negative, say, okay, it seems like things are very, fairly well for you. Is there anything you would change about it? Or if not, they say, no, I hate my boss. I hate this. Okay, like, what kind of impact has that had on you, right? So you probe on that. Like, how long has that been going on for, right? After that, you move into the, so okay, just to understand the rationale behind why you might be looking to improve your current situation. Like, what's the main reason why you're looking to start a business, for example? Okay, so that's problem awareness. You're kind of probing and digging deep into what what's really needed in their life. Why are they looking to make this change, I guess, right? Moving on to solution awareness. Have you been out there looking for ways to get help to start your Amazon business, for example? What's preventing you from doing that in the past? What are your goals? Like, what would happen? What would you like to make with this business, for example? Like, and so with what you're doing now, you're starting to creating a gap. Okay, so okay, what would you like to make out of this business, right? And they'll probably give you $5,000 or $10,000 a month. Okay, so with what you're doing now, like how long would it take you to get to an extra 10K passively and recurrently? And they say, oh no, I'll probably never get it. Okay, so you're creating that gap already, right? And then you move into, okay, let's say we can help you get to 10 or 20 or even 50K per month. Like, what would you do with that type of money coming in, right? So you're kind of showing them the benefits of your future solution, of course. So they're vividly, the more vivid the picture is, the more impact your presentation is going to have, right? So yeah, man, I don't know. I always wanted to. Sometimes they'll start with a business related. Yeah, yeah, I want to reinvest in my business and build generational wealth. Something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good, man. But what does that mean for you personally, though, right? And they'll go, oh yeah, that'll mean the world to me, man. Being able to help my parents retire my parents early. Uh, you know, build a house for my wife. I don't know, whatever. Um, all right, then we move after that. This is where it's getting more emotional. So you're kind of showing them the goal, by exploring the goals. You're showing them the beautiful path ahead, and then you take it away with the consequence question. Like, okay, that's great, man. What happens if you don't do anything about this and nothing changes in your life, and you keep doing the same thing over and over, and 2 months turns into 2 years, or 2 years into 5 years? What then, man? What happens then, right? And they'll go, oh man, that would suck, blah blah blah. So and then like, are you willing to settle for that, right? No, no. And whose responsibility is actually, or whose choice is it if you don't settle, for example? I mean, there's several lines of questions in that regard. And then you move into the qualifying question. So it's kind of micro commitments that you're looking there, right? So like, how important is it for you to change your situation then and start making more money, and I guess start thinking and acting like an entrepreneur, right? And then, yeah, yeah, it's very important, man. So yeah, so okay, man. John, based on what you told me, what we're doing here might actually work for you. So because it's making you feel, how you said earlier that having that job and putting all these long hours, uh, it's you know, it's taking a toll, on your family, and it's actually having an impact, emotionally with your couple or your spouse. So with your permission, man, what I can do, if you think it's appropriate, I can, go over a few things that we might be able to do to help you, start a business and actually start making a passive income as soon as possible. Would that be okay? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, okay. And then you go into the presentation, which is another chapter that we can explore, but it's, a very effective, with 3 or 4 pillars that you structure without going into the weeds or too much detail. Otherwise, they can fall into the analysis paralysis. So we want to avoid that. After the pitch, or sorry, after the presentation, you go and to the committing question, which is, okay, man. So, with everything we cover here, like, do you do you feel this could be the answer for you? And they're like, yeah, yeah, no, totally, man. Why, man? Kind of, curious. So yeah, yeah. Oh man, no, this is gonna change my life. Blah blah blah. Okay, so like, John. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to go over with here. I mean, it looks like we've covered the basis of, you know, what you're looking for in systemizing your business. So really next step would be, if you think it's appropriate, we would make some sort of financial arrangement to get you enrolled as soon as possible. That could be done with credit card or debit card, and yeah, after that, you get your immediate credentials, you get onboarded, and yeah, we get you started. So would that be appropriate, John, or how would you like to proceed? And of course, that's it's even a yes or objection handling. But yeah, that's in a nutshell, man. Guys. So hope was helpful. This is an introduction. Like I said, NEPQ. This is a very quick overview. I don't want to make this video too long, but there's a life of studying that goes into each and every piece of these phases and questions. And yeah, it's endless learning, but you'll reap the benefits absolutely if you go for it. So I highly encourage you, go check out those sites that I mentioned. And yeah, you can ask me any questions if you want. I'll be happy to help. Talk soon, guys.